My name is Elyse Wild, and you are listening to women's lifestyle magazine, Inspired Voices. Well, the coronavirus pandemic is impacting all of us. The restaurant industry is being hit particularly hard. According to restaurantbusinessonline.com, as of April 3rd, the U.S. Department of Labor shows that the restaurant industry lost 417,000 employees in the first half of March. Grand Rapids has grown really proud of the restaurant scene here over the last few years, and we've become a really fun city to go out to eat in. And it's heartbreaking to see local restaurants be forced to close their doors or struggle as they pivot to offering curbside service or takeout and try to make ends meet so that they can continue to pay their employees. Now, this episode, I'm joined by Jenna Arcidiacono. She is the owner and chef at Amore Trattoria, one of the area's most beloved restaurants. It's a restaurant that I think a lot of West Michiganders are really proud of. Jenna has made the decision to pivot to curbside service. If you follow her or Amore on social media, you've seen how hard she and her team are working right now to not only provide great service and continue to serve meals to customers, but also to continue to give back to the community. So Jenna gives us a little insight on what life is like right now as a restaurant owner. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so restaurants were among the first hit by the pandemic. Like, I think you guys kind of experienced the panic a little earlier than the rest of us. Can you walk me through the timeline of how you went from business as usual to what's going on right now?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Mauricio, my husband, is from Italy,
Okay.
and he has been watching what was going on. They're about 2 weeks ahead of us in this whole mess. So he was watching how everything was going down there, and it was really scary, and it still is.
Yeah, that must be hard. That must be so hard. Oh my gosh.
It's so hard because even if anything happened right now, he couldn't go home. You know, they're not letting you go anywhere. So he's terrified. His mom is 92. You know, he worries about her, but he has one of his older brothers living with her, so he takes care of her really well. I mean, he's a rock star. And so it's been eye-opening for us because even before they put all of the new rules, before they totally shut us down, they gave us a few new rules, and we were ahead of it by 3 or 4 days. Mauricio, after watching the news, said, okay, this is what we're going to do. And I thought it was crazy. I'm going to be honest. Like, I was like, why are you overreacting?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, we're going to take tables out starting tonight. So everyone's at 6 feet distance from each other. We're going to take all the bar stools out of the bar area. So we had things in place already. We had sanitizer stations. We were extra sanitizing, like, everything that they were doing in Italy in the restaurant. He started ahead before we even had to do it. So we were ahead of the game. We made a post about it saying, you know, this is really important to us that, you know, you feel safe when you visit us.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe 2 days later, they told us that we needed to shut down. And so I started researching and kind of looking around at what the rules are and what we could legally offer to go and how it was supposed to work. And then overnight, we had to change our whole system, our whole life, to drive up curbside service. And you can imagine we're not set up for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as well as we could, we started doing curbside, and it was stressful, very stressful. There was a learning curve. We had to, you know, even see if people were going to come. And so then when they told us they told everybody else they had to shut down completely. We knew we were essential because honestly, people have to eat 3 times a day, and if we can provide a service to people who can't cook for some reason, maybe they don't have a kitchen at their home, we don't want to leave just fast food for people because your immune system really needs good food right now.
Yeah, that's so true.
You need to be able to battle anything that comes your way, and eating healthy food is one of the things you really need.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of, you know, having only the options of fast food joints, we really wanted to have the availability for people to have healthy food, homemade, from scratch, knowing that, you know, our sanitation is next level right now. It was always good, but it's next level, you know.
It seems like you guys are adapting really well. I mean, even though it's obviously been challenging.
Yeah, behind the scenes, you know, it's like underneath, behind the curtain, you know, it's been a really stressful time for us. You know, we're smiling through it. We're showing positivity when we come bring you your food, but it's been really tough on us. And I've been talking every single night to my friend Jeremy at Grove, Chris Perky, like, we have been keeping in contact because if we have ideas that help each other make our systems better, you know, we're going to do it. So it's been nice to be able to bounce off ideas.
Yeah. That's cool that people in the industry are collaborating to get through this and make it work.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat. You know, we're all in this together. We're all terrified that, you know, maybe certain places won't be able to open after this.
Yeah.
This is going to shut them down completely. That's so devastating to think about.
Can you tell me a little bit about, like, what did it feel like when the governor issued the order that restaurants were going to have to shut down? Do you remember that feeling?
Yeah, it's terrifying. I mean, this is your life. This is what, you know, it's our baby. Our restaurant is one of our children, you know, it's something we have to watch over 24 hours a day. So to have someone say, you know, you can't see your baby, you know, you can't do what you're supposed to do with your baby. It's really hard. And I don't know if you watched, there was a video on what TV8 about local chefs and what they were dealing with, and almost all of us were in tears because not only we were worried about our staff, we're worried about our restaurant, we're exhausted from trying to change the whole system and make it work and not disappoint our customers. You know, we've built a base. A lot of us have been open 10 years. We've built a base. We don't want to disappoint people, and that's a lot of stress. You know, between staff and with everything going on, it was really hard. And I'm going to be honest, it was a lot of tears, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and it still is. I still haven't slept well. Probably for 3 weeks now, I haven't slept well. So it's just, you know, it's really been really tough.
So, you know, Amore is one of those restaurants. I mean, you guys are beloved. Like, people in West Michigan take pride in Amore being here. And
well, that feels good.
well, you know, that's a really special thing. And, you know, you and your staff, you guys have a long history of giving back to the community and being a positive force. And from what I can glean from social media, it seems like people are taking the opportunity to support you guys right now. And, you know, can you tell me about some of the bright moments that you and your staff have experienced during this really difficult time?
I tell you what, people have been so kind, not only donating to our funds to feed hospital workers, police officers, bills, they've been giving us cards with extra tips. We had someone leave $1,000 tip to our staff.
Wow.
Just like cool, really cool stuff like that. People coming out and, you know, giving us some support that, you know, it brings you to tears. And like today we're going to feed each other. So the Mitten Brewing Company, Max and Chris are actually themselves bringing food to my staff. And then when they're going to pick up food for their staff because we get tired of eating our own stuff, you know?
That's really cool. I love that.
Yeah, a lot of cool collab things are happening. I collabed with the Salted Cupcake, and then I'm going to do a collab with Nothing Bundt Cake. So things that are far away from where we are, we're trying to like make it available for, let's say, you know, someone nearby can have salted cupcakes instead of driving all the way to Kenwood.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, Karina has shut down now, so but we're trying to collab with whoever we possibly can that maybe needs help right now too. And because if we recycle within our community, we're gonna be able to jump back from this and, you know, get the boost that we need. But we really need to support local right now. Like hardcore needs to support local.
Yeah, more than ever. And I think, everyone, even people who don't work in the restaurant industry, not only is like Amore a point of pride for West Michigan, but like our food culture here, people are proud of it now. I mean, people are excited to go out to eat, and I think it's been such an emotional blow for everybody. And I see people who are, people are really stepping up to get takeout and to tip in a time when probably everyone is worried about their finances.
Yeah, that's another thing we worry about. We worry, like, we want to make it food that they can afford on a regular, So that also means we are not making any money. We're basically just treading water.
Mm-hmm.
And, some people have been very judgy and saying, you're doing all this just for money. That's funny. You know what? We just want to pay our staff, and our staff are surviving from tips. They're making their rent because we're open. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with anything but our staff. And making sure people are fed healthy food. We are not making money. Let's be clear. All of our food costs is we're just not making money. It's hard to describe, but I mean, even I was talking to all the other people. It's like, we're open because we love feeding people. It's our love language, and it's our way to show that we're going to be strong through this.
So through all of this, even though, I mean, this is such a devastating time for everybody, and obviously, like, you guys are struggling, and but you guys are continuing to give back to the community. I constantly am seeing Facebook posts of you guys feeding hospital workers, first responders. Last weekend, you guys raised money for Kids Food Basket. So can you tell me a little bit about why that is so important to you, that even in a time of your great need, you continue to give?
You know what? There's nothing better than giving back to your community. It makes them feel good. It makes us feel good. People have been donating, like I said, money. It's not just us that's doing it. We're providing the food, but a lot of this is underwritten by generous local people who have just shown up with checks and said, hey, use this for the greater good. And so when I get to do that, I'm going to do it, Obviously, I can't afford to feed everybody every day, but with help from local, people who have the money to spend, we're going to make it happen if we can. And also just a little smile in your day. Who doesn't want that right now? I mean, everybody needs that.
So do you have any advice for other restaurant owners, or even other small business owners who are being looked to right now for leadership as everyone's pivoting, and it seems like we're kind of settling into some normalcy right now, but things also have been changing day to day. So it must be a hard position to be in as a leader. What advice do you have?
It's really hard because a lot of us are living day by day. I'm handwriting our menus every night, and then hoping we'll get to the next day, and then I write another menu because when we order food, we only order for a couple days at a time. We don't know what the next step might be. We don't know the next blow, So hopefully they'll continue to believe that we are essential, because I think we are. We're on the front line too. We're wearing masks. We're wearing gloves. We're being safe. We're taking our staff's temperatures every day before they can walk into the door. I mean, we are vigilant. So we want to make sure, everyone stays healthy too. And if you can reach out to a fellow business owner in this time and say, hey, how are you? Even just a little bit of mental health, chit chat really, really makes you feel good. Like you're not the only one in the position. Mm-hmm. And, if you can collab with somebody, try, it doesn't hurt anybody. And maybe you can make each other a little bit more money that way.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that, at the magazine that's really important to us right now is to keep the momentum up of people supporting local restaurants, and to not let that waver at any point during all of this. What can people continue to do to support restaurants?
So a lot of us have merch, like T-shirts. Mm-hmm. And we all have gift cards. If you don't feel comfortable coming out for one reason or another, you can get a gift card for the later date when we open up. You can get online and post the food from places you go, so other people know that these places are open. there's a lot of things you can do right now, but if you're able and you can go out to eat like a couple times a week, you'll be helping us in ways you don't even understand. Those are just even one person once a week, it makes a difference for us.
That's really good to know. So, my one last question. I know people are probably wondering this. How are you doing? How are you taking care of yourself during this time?
I've had a lot of people reach out to me because they see that I'm like never sleeping, and I am never sleeping. It's really been really hard to get my mind to slow down at night. So I've been trying to put my phone away early enough so I'm not on it all the time. But the main really cool thing that has come out of this is I'm home early enough to have family dinner. So all of us can sit down at a table and eat and chit chat about our day together, which never ever happens during the normal life because we're at work. So for us being open 4 to 7, that is kind of like feeding my heart to be able to know that I'm going to go home and sit down with our family and be a unit. And that's kind of my healing process at the end of the day. So it's really nice. And also, I do a Facebook cocktail every night and just kind of check in on everybody, kind of give them a laugh and a smile before they go to bed. And that's been kind of fun. Every night I make a different cocktail and kind of show them the recipe at the beginning, and then I sit in my massage chair and chit chat with people. So that's my other therapy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving us some insight on what life is like right now for a restaurant owner, and I hope things continue to go well for you guys. And I know you guys are working so hard right now, but like I said, you guys are a beloved restaurant. People are really proud of Amore, and I hope the community continues to show that to you guys right now.
Thank you so much. We hope so too.
Big thanks to Jenna for giving us such gracious and candid insight into what life is like right now for a restaurant owner during the pandemic. I hope that I encourage you to do whatever you can to continue to support our local restaurants during this time. They are what make our community special, and they do need us right now. And that doesn't have to mean getting takeout every night. Certainly not everyone can do that. It can mean just buying a gift card or sharing social media posts and spreading the word that they're open and that they're serving food. It could even just be a nice note that says, "I'm thinking of you guys, thank you." Those little things go a long way right now. If you work in the restaurant industry, please know that we are thinking about you. We are pulling for you. We are doing what we can to support you right now. And you are part of what makes this community special. And I hope that you continue to feel supported during this really uncertain time. To stay in touch with us, please visit www.womenslifestyle.com and sign up for our newsletter. You can also listen to this podcast on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Women's Lifestyle, all one word. If you have any ideas for a podcast episode, or if you'd like to hear from someone we haven't interviewed yet, please reach out to me at elyse@womenslifestyle.com. That's Elyse at womenslifestyle.com. I hope you are all staying healthy and staying safe, and thank you so much for listening.